We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. Shout out to Shane up in the building, one of the very first to pull up this morning. Shout out to you, brother, for pulling up. And Casser the Mad, what's going on? Shout out to them. They're holding it down this morning. We got Sugar Shane, who is, I believe, the only moderator here right now. I ain't throwing no shots at Nanny, Renee, B, Lisa Marie, Katarine, none of y'all. I'm just saying Shane showed up first before anybody. Before anybody, he clocked in. So shout out to him and all of my blues, my greens. Shout out to you guys. We're gonna have a good conversation this morning. But mainly we're talking about how what's going on, sweet angel. Mainly we are talking about how the Obama team and the Clinton team are feeling the heat. They're feeling the heat. You can see it all over the faces of the journalists that come from CNN and the team that's connected to them. They're talking about their lawyer. They already lawyered up and they are preparing themselves for the worst because they are being unfairly targeted by the Trump administration. And we know that that's further from the truth. All he's doing is giving them a piece of their medicine and holding them accountable. Please make sure you do me a favor and answer the poll that I have up. The poll reads, why is it important that Obama and Hillary are held accountable? So far, we got a few people that answered. 50% of you are saying, simply put, they are guilty. The second option is, it is not important to me. And the third option is, no one is above the law. All right. And I heard that term come from somebody here recently, but we're not even going to talk about that too much because of we don't want to throw anything back in anybody else's faces. What's going on, Weezy? Welcome to the show this morning, gang. Yeah, and please let me know where you are watching this morning before we get it going. All right, shout out to Mark Oliver. What's going on, brother? Yeah, Sweet Angel is in the building. Sugar Shane representing per usual. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button and then answer the poll. That's how you do it. You hit the like button and then you answer the poll. Yesterday we had almost 1,000 people answer the poll, but after the live stream, we probably had close to 600 likes on the live stream. So everyone was answering the poll. Not everyone was hitting the like button. So let's flip that today. Hit the like button first and then answer the poll, and then we can rock out. All right? All right. Just wait until a few of you pull up. We got Ohio up in the building. I still haven't gone to Ohio. And we got a couple people here from Ohio. We got Trudy from Ohio, and we got Marie, or is it Mary? I believe it's Marie from Ohio. What's going on, Quincy? How you doing? Yeah, we got Tallahassee, Florida. What's going on, Ian? Nice to meet you, my fam. Mark Oliver. We got Oklahoma up in here. Yeah. Yeah, I get excited meeting my people, man. We got Brio from Kenya. Are you from Kenya? You're here in America watching, or are you in Kenya? Let me know that, Brio. Let me see. I've told you to come to South Carolina for some perfect fishing. Oh, I'm definitely going to South Carolina. Wheezy, and when I pull up, listen, you let your black man, you let your family know that there's going to be a black man on the premises. Let your family know that there's going to be a black man on the premises, and they don't have to be alarmed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We about to get to it, baby. We about to get to it, baby. Yeah, get this hair off my face. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. 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 When you got hair, man, you learn how to daggone get this stuff out your face. And that's exactly what I learned how to do. You know, when my wife was when me and my wife were young, and we was just now starting our careers and everything. Um, um, I used to hang back to drop my daughter off to to daycare, and before I dropped my daughter off to daycare, I would fix her something to eat. Then I would do her hair and everything. Man, being a girl dad, I learned how to do some things, man. So my oldest baby girl, who is currently out Florida right now with her amazing husband. Shout out to TJ. All right, cool. Boom. I got my hair on my face. That's better. Got like man, being slick with the hair. All right, who else we got up in here? I love your show. Keep the great work. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. We got Indiana up in here. Yeah, we're not in a hurry this morning. This Tuesday morning. I mean, it's Thursday morning. We don't have the group call going this morning. The group calls are usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Last night group call was off the chain. Who we have up in here? We had Renee. We had MJ of WTF for real. Renee Suzanne. We had Emily from Emily Did It. Who else do we have? We had Kesa. We had who else do we have? We had Michelle. Did we have Michelle up in there? No, we had Cynthia, and we had Angel Lynn, and we had B, and a few others. I don't want to get in trouble because I'm gonna miss some names. But shout out to you guys. Yeah. Would you say mane and tail? What's going to help my hair do? I'm not really when it comes to all the liquids and stuff. Shout out to York, PA. Exquisite. What's going on, Exquisite? Also, for anybody that's looking for content creation coaching, make sure you holler at a brother, okay? So I can help you reach whatever your goal may be. Something that I pride myself on is being able to connect with people on a one-on-one basis, because I know that a lot of these internet gurus go out of their way not to spend time with their people. But I definitely try to get to know my folk. Everybody that we work with are absolutely dope individuals. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and shout out to Antonice too. She brought the energy to the building yesterday. Also, Arkansas, what's her name? Arkansas, let me see. Arkansas, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Arkansas Kendall. Yeah. Shout out to Arkansas Kendall. We're going to get to it in a minute, guys. We are in no rush this morning. This is The Morning Vantage, episode number 68. Do me a favor, hit the like button and then answer the poll. We're going to rock out in a minute. We got North Texas up in here. What's going on, Michelle? Oh, yeah. She's hilarious, by the way. And Emily from Emily Did It. Let me tell you something. Y'all about to get some really great content from her. I promise you, it's going to be amazing. When I see how far these people have come, holy crap, it's amazing, man. All right, so we got Texas, we got Ohio. Let me see. Let me know where you're watching this joint so we can move on, guys. Again, it's Thursday. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Lord, we thank you for your grace and for your mercy. Father, we thank you for waking us up this morning, giving us another opportunity to get it right, providing us with another unique day, a day we have not seen before, nor will we ever see again once it's gone, once it's past. Lord, we thank you for the roof over our heads, the clothes on our back, our health. We thank you for family and friends and loved ones, co-workers, acquaintances that we meet online who are absolutely phenomenal and got our best interests at heart. We thank you for everybody that we rub elbows with, who just want there to be love and kindness and fairness around this country, who want America to shine again. Shout out to you guys. Yeah. So yeah, I'm totally thankful for everything that the Lord has done for me and my family, man. My big sister is still going through it. Plan on going to visit her today. Just to give y'all a heads up, plan on visiting her today. And for any of you that are going through anything health wise, I pray that the Lord walk with you throughout this whole ordeal, and that you are healed in Jesus' name, and that you do not claim that illness that's over your body, that you completely get rid of it. You don't even acknowledge it. All I want you to see, shout out to Renee, not Renee Suzanne, but another one of our clients. Shout out to Renee from Kingdom Politico, who says you need to have the imagination of a child when you go to the Lord. You need to understand that God can do all things but fail. So if you pray for a thing, you need to envision the thing that you're praying for coming to pass. If you're praying for an illness to go away, you need to see yourself free of all illnesses, even if it's cancer, even if it's something that's detrimental to your health by tomorrow. It does not matter. You see it as gone, as diminished, as vanquished, as, just completely depleted, like out of here, out of your system. And you claim victory in Jesus' name. All right. I know a lot of you don't want to hear about that this morning, but that's just how I am. It's not getting notifications. I'm not getting notifications. Shout out to Jared. I appreciate you, brother. You didn't get notifications, but you still pulled up. And for that, I'm appreciative. You pulled up. You found a way to pull up. Somebody let you know that we were here. So if it wasn't YouTube, then it must have been Jesus. Hallelujah. 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 All right. Let's go and jump into this, man. We got some stuff that we got to talk about. First of all, this is actually happening. It's happening. It's happening. Talks all over the United States have been about this right here. If anything, whether anybody is put in handcuffs or not, the fact that we're talking about this ad nauseum and no one is being quieted because we are in the Trump administration, who actually support people speaking out, who actually support fairness as far as what we say online, as far as the conversations we have. I'm with it 1,000%. So these conversations are being had. All of the all of the proof is coming out. All of the proof is coming out, and I'm glad about it. I am so glad about it, man. We even got The View trying to cover it up. Now, The View, the reason why that's important to me, that The View is trying to participate in covering up, because whenever any allegation hit their lap, coming from their promoters, their producers, and their directors in their ear, they always just reported it blindly, did not care about it if it could bring Trump's administration down. Anybody in Trump's administration, if the rumors that they can spill all over their platform and their studio would bring the Trump administration down, they did not care about truth, facts, research, none of that. But now, they are trying to cover ass. All right. They are trying to cover. And if you have not seen this one right here, please make sure you lock in. View, do not cut off our live stream today. All right. Do me a favor. Do not copyright our live stream. Why? Because we're just trying to have a conversation. You ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I mean? They ain't got nothing to hide. So we here to play the game with them, man. I'm just so excited, bro. I'm so excited. Not that Obama is under investigation. That doesn't excite me. Not that Hillary Clinton damn near passed out while trying to get into her van yesterday. No, I don't like that either. When I see people, whether they're evil or not, it is not for me to wish evil on them. I don't wish evil on anyone. Fair justice, fairness, absolutely. Why? Because they are citizens just like me. They are people just like me. They're flawed just like me. And it's their turn. They have been using the system for their benefit for a long time. They have been criminals outwardly for a long time, and they don't care. They was acting like they was too big to be touched. And now it's starting to show that they're not too big to be touched. Maybe they're not too big to be touched. And I like that. I love that. Don't forget, guys, hit the like button before you before you participate in the poll. I appreciate that. And who sent this in? Wheezy. I love to see handcuffs, but at least the truth is coming out. Likewise, I would love to see handcuffs too, but I'm glad that the truth is coming out. The reason why is because as long as it's documented what they've done, we no matter what type of conversation we're in, if it's combative and it's about politics and we're talking to the opposition, we can always pull these truths to show people. Say, look, I ain't even going to argue with you. Here, look at the documents that Tulsi Gabbard uncovered. Look at the documents that Tulsi Gabbard uncovered. Read them. And if you're talking to somebody who don't even want to read the evidence for themselves, you're talking to the wrong person. Just move on, because you're talking to a brick wall. You're talking to somebody that don't even have the ability to be objective at all. To them, even your facts that you give them are subjective, are optional. They don't even have to participate or acknowledge the information that you're putting right in front of them. For those people, I say they're stupid, they're dumb, they're ridiculous individuals. They're not worthy of your time. They're not worthy of the air from your lungs, repeating yourself and giving them any more information. They are not worthy. You let them bask in their ignorance and you move the hell on. Let me say that one more time. If you are having a conversation with somebody and you're trying to school them, give them some information that will bring them up to speed and let them know that I'm not just beating no drum out of ignorance or out of fear or out of hate. I'm trying to give you some information that the people that you consider to be trustworthy and you receive their information as law and as fact, I want you to understand that they are burying important information that will so that they can continue to control how you think, how you move, how you vote, you know what I mean, how you reason. And for that, I'm more of a friend to you than the people that claim they got your back, the people that you vote for, because I'm trying to give you the truth. Now, if you choose not to acknowledge it, that's on your dumb ass, okay? And you say it just like that. If you choose not to acknowledge these facts that I'm dropping in your lap, then that's on your dumb ass. And don't say your. Do not get all proper with it. Don't say that is on your dumb ass. No, you give them a little bit of Spanglish or a little bit of Ebonics with it or a little bit of that redneck mentality. No, that's on your dumb ass. You don't want to check out the facts and I'm dropping in your lap? Then that's on your dumb ass. Matter of fact, I should get a t-shirt that just says, that's on your dumb ass. You don't want to listen? Fine, well, and good. The same way y'all try to bring over millions of illegal immigrants to take our spots, and now you're seeing that the chickens have come home to roost. That's on your dumb ass, huh? That's how I look at it. Thank you, Wheezy, for the super chat. She's so sweet. She a sweetheart. She a sweetheart. All right, let's jump into it. Here is The View trying to take up for President Barack Obama. Huh? Yeah. Yes, they are.
A sitting president just accused a former president of treason. Now, do people realize how serious an allegation this is? And for me, didn't the Supreme Court, under the guidance of this president, say that presidents have immunity? So that would mean that nothing Obama did, because you didn't say no, that only you have immunity. You said presidents. So this means you have no right to try to take him to court because he did what he did as president. So how does that work? Is it only you who is clear, or are they all clear? In which case, President Biden might be, kicking some new stuff up to you too. Because if you say nobody has immunity, or everybody, you have to decide which way you're going to go. A sitting president.
You know what? First of all, I want to say this, and a lot of you may not agree. I absolutely love her locks, man. I think her locks are amazing, for real. I mean, if you understand locks, I think her locks have really helped her get a look that she's been going for a long time. Obviously, Whoopi Goldberg is not the most attractive woman. We already know that, but I'm not here to talk about attractiveness. All right. I'm a lock type of guy. As you can clearly see, I have locks. All right. But let's move on from the superficial and discuss what just now came from her lips. Okay. Whoopi, here's the thing, sweetheart. It's not that, okay, Trump wants things to be fair. Trump put together a cabinet of individuals who were all targeted unfairly by the left. And guess what? A lot of them came from the left. Yeah, a lot of the people on his cabinet actually came from the left. But here's what happens, right? So you got, instead of him putting together some loyalists who will only vote one way, this dude put together people from all different sides who would get into a room and debate intellectually everything that's going on in this country to try to figure out the correct response, all right, to move forward. This is what he did. He found some information on President Barack Obama, all right? It's not that he believes that all presidents should have automatic immunity from every single thing that they do. That's not the case at all. He is saying that this information needs to be out there so that we, American citizens, not only can make up our own minds, but that they can have their opportunity to be held accountable as well. Why is it fair that Trump is the only one to be held accountable, but Obama and the Clintons get to skate? Why is it that we can't even discuss sugar honey iced tea that they have done only because we've done some things too? At the end of the day, Obama almost skated. At the end of the day, unfairness has been played all throughout this entire thing. When we consider the chef, for instance, the chef that passed away on the property owned by the Obamas lied and said that they weren't even there. They said that they were at Martha's Vineyard. That's what they said. They said that we weren't even there when this happened. Turns out they were actually on the premises. Also, there's news coming out that there was some type of relationship. You know what I mean? Man on man relationship where there was a little bit of butt hair tickling involved. Well, that is going to be denied as well. There's also videos and pictures of Barack Obama and George Clooney hanging out on a yacht with children. That's unexplainable. There's it's just so much stuff that we give the Obamas a pass for. So much stuff that we give everyone on the left a pass for until you're on the other side. If you have a TV show, it's absolutely foolish to go against half of the country and just completely show your ignorance when facts hit your desk. When facts hit your desk, you ought to report them. That's how you earn what's the word? Dang it, brain fart early in the morning. The more fair a journalist is, the more you're trusted by the American citizens and others who watch your shows. We understand that you have a bias, but with all this new information coming out, be honest with yourself. If any president would have done these things to another president after they've won an election or while they were running to become president, wouldn't you consider that treasonous? Just answer that one question. Remove Barack Obama, our black savior, from the picture. All right, let's just remove him from the picture. I mean, just mentally remove him from the picture. All right, and just focus on a little bit of common sense. What he did alongside Russia by contracting them out to find more information and then trying to project and act as if it was Trump that was working alongside the Russians to win an election. Yo, that's treasonous. The fact that Hillary Clinton's information was all over the dossier, was all over the information that's being released right now, all over it. Russians had so much information on Hillary Clinton that they could have buried her. They could have buried her. But they decided, and you will say that the Russians were working on behalf of Trump. So if they were working on behalf of Trump, wouldn't they put out that information that they have on Hillary Clinton? Right? And now we're seeing the timelines of President Barack Obama at the time, who was about to pass the baton over to the 45th president, Donald J. Trump. He was into some funny business. He was trying to take him down. He was trying to create this false narrative. He was trying to get a story created, and he had all of the propagandists involved. He had New York Times involved, Washington Post involved, CNN, ABC, MSNBC, everybody reporting exactly what he wanted them to report, just so Trump wouldn't win an election. So instead of trying to say, well, Donald Trump, see, this is why people don't respect you and the other individuals at The View. You're saying, well, President Trump, and you probably won't even call him a President Trump. You're saying, well, since you said all presidents get immunity, doesn't that mean that Obama get immunity without us even caring about what he did? How about giving a damn about what he did? How about actually wanting to be fair? You called this a democratic country, right? Well, more than 76 million people voted for President Trump to be the president again. All right. The first time he won, more than 74 million people voted for him to be the president. Right. So if that's the case, don't you want to lean more towards what's fair and what's just, rather than trying to act as if you are the lawyers and the representation of President Barack Obama, simply because you have to protect the Democrats because you've already signed it? I mean, signed your allegiance in blood. I just think it's foolish. It doesn't earn you any points, any brownie points from anybody who's in the middle and just want to go wherever people are most objective and most truthful. It seems like you guys are most calculated. You are the biggest liars. You stand for nothing, but yet you want to act like Trump is the bad guy in this scenario, and that's not the case. It's unfortunate that this is the way that they decide to report their news, that this is the hill that they're willing to die on. When I see this, it just sickens me. It sickens me because I realize that I am not the only American that's going to see your shows. There's other people, and you don't care about misleading and misguiding people. You don't care about misleading and misguiding the people who are in your audience, who laugh whenever the box says applause, who claps whenever the box says clap. You don't care about being disingenuous to them. That's unfortunate. So at the end of the day, it's Barack Obama's turn, and he got to face whatever music is coming his way. Tell him to put the headphones in. Well, not the headphones, take the earpiece out, the same earpiece that he was communicating to Kamala Harris on when she was debating against Donald Trump. You know, right before that debate, he was talking about, the perfect way that I can serve this country would be sitting in my basement with an earpiece in my ear and instructing whoever's president at the time what to do, what to say, those type of things. Well, guess what? This actually happened in the last administration because Biden wasn't doing it. Biden wasn't mentally capable of doing it. And we all know this. We can go down the line of all the bull sugar honey iced tea that was happening over the last 4 years, and I promise you. Yes, there could have been some legislation. There was. Let's say that. There was some legislation that was passed that benefited a lot of Americans because that's what they have to do. Like if I'm going to appease you, I'm going to try to do it by law. I'm going to try to bribe you the right way by signing something into law so you can shut up. Hush money is what it was. They tried to give out some hush money. They tried to create their own economy using illegal immigrants. They tried to create their own voters by using illegal immigrants. They passed over millions of Americans, just blatantly disrespected us, acted like we weren't even there, acted like our voices don't matter. It's sad. And now we're here. So accept it. If Obama is in fact innocent of all of these claims, that he's going to come out unscathed. He's going to come out with a story to tell. He's going to come out victorious. He's going to come out as tall and as strong and beautiful as you believe he is. But if he did not, if he actually did some of these things that they're claiming, that's documented, then he's short. And I want to see him or anybody else that's responsible for these crimes in handcuffs, even if it's just for the look. Why? Because y'all went out of your way to put Trump in handcuffs. Y'all went out of your way to drain his resources. You went out of your way to find somebody that was on a BlackRock commercial to try to take him up out of here. Twice that we know of. That we know of. That we know of. And then when he became friends and got the support, garnered the support from Elon Musk, you all championed people going out to Tesla dealerships and breaking up on property and trying to destroy their throwing Molotov cocktails through glasses and painting on their cars and people being harassed, regular citizens, average citizens driving Teslas being harassed simply because Teslas were started and are owned by not started, but are owned by Elon Musk. You was championing this. You championed this. Y'all are some evil mofos, man. And it's simply your time. Y'all walked away from Christ. You are sitting here trying to take up for a president that literally gave us LGBTQ Pride Month. He gave a whole month to the LGBTQAI plus community, and you are taking up for them. I think I know why. I'm not going to speculate, but I believe I know why. All right. And at the same time, you're trying to tell us what's just and what's fair. Kick rocks in your damn socks. These people are ridiculous. They're ridiculous. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Wheezy pulls up again. You may put on a MAGA hat. You may put on a MAGA hat yet, Coach. Nah, I'm just here for what's fair and what's just. That's it. That's it. And I don't think that this is fair. I don't think that I'm one of those naive people that think that the government should be fair. I'm one of those naive people that believe that as an American citizen, we should get what we pay for. We should get what we vote for. That we should believe in the powers that be. If we have 3-letter, 4-letter agencies that run everything, then run it. I believe that you should do it fairly for everyone and not simply for the people who voted for you. They're like, I don't give a damn about you if you didn't vote for me. I don't like that. I stand against that. I want to fight people who stand for that. Did you know that a lot of people that look like Whoopi Goldberg, and I'm talking about black women specifically, that wanted Kamala to cross the finish line and become the president? I don't know why. Makes absolutely no sense. She was not qualified. I hate to say that to you, ladies. I hate to say that, but she was not qualified. She was not ready for that job at all. And I thank God she didn't get it. And I also want to put it out there too. If you are a black person and you stand on this side of President Barack Obama potentially being impeached or receiving some type of accountability for how for the hand he played in Russia spying on Trump, investigating Trump, trying to pit certain things against him so that he can lose the 2016 election. If you are a black person with a platform that stands against Obama in this case, bro, you're going to go down in history as as the opposition, as somebody who's against black people. And that is, excuse me guys, but that is fucking retarded. Because somebody that stand for black people, stand for God's law first and foremost, protecting men and protecting women and children, building up the family, all right? Putting God and family first before anything. All you guys represent is debauchery. That's all you represent. That's all you push. And if we don't stand with you, then we are ostracized. For that, I say, read between the lines. I don't care about receiving your support. I don't care about being canceled by you all. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Reason why? And reason why is because that's not what I teach my own family. I'm not going to kowtow to anybody simply because I want to stay on code. Stay on code for what? It's stupid. It's stupid. So back to Whoopi Goldberg. You played yourself. You played yourself. Dumbass. You played yourself. And I used to be a huge fan of Whoopi Goldberg back in the Sister Act days. You know what I mean? I was for anything black, everyone black. I don't care who it was. I don't care if you had talent or you didn't. I don't care if you were beautiful or you wasn't. I was for anything black blindly. Oh, we standing with the blacks. Then I'm standing with the blacks. Nah, not anymore, baby girl. Not anymore. You need to make some damn sense. That's what you need to do. For real. All right. So we got a lot of stuff that just now came out. Last night when Tulsi Gabbard was trying to report on her findings, she was at the White House briefing yesterday. It wasn't last night. Yesterday when she was at the White House standing alongside Caroline Leavitt, and she stood in front of all of the reporters and told them all of the findings that she had with this Barack Obama situation. I want y'all to see how CNN cut her off in the middle of her sentence to stop people from hearing everything that she had to say. Then they go back to it, and the information that she had left was way more than enough. Way more than enough to give people a general idea of why she's up there in the first place. You cannot stop what God has set forward. Do you understand me? You cannot stop what God has set forward. It's time for the evil people, the real evil people, to be exposed. That's just how this works. Sorry. So, Tulsi Gabbard, I want y'all to see this right here. And please make sure you answer the poll that I have up, but also hit the like button before you do. Yesterday, we had more people answer the poll than we did people who actually liked the video. Like this joint, all right? Shoot the algorithm to the top of the moon, baby. And thanks again, Wheezy, for the super chat. I appreciate you. And thank you, everyone, for pulling up. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Here we go.
Multiple intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the U.S. election. On December 5th.
We've been listening there to the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, continuing on what has now been a multi-day effort, not only with public statements like this, but release of documents to attempt to back up the quite extreme allegation that President Obama is guilty of treason and that he worked in some sort of conspiracy with Hillary Clinton, etc. in the assessment.
He is speaking on this. Well, she's giving out important information right now. this brother starts talking like he's so bored with it. Like what she's talking about is bullshit. Excuse me, is bullshit on the iced tea with alleged this, and she's trying to claim that Obama did this and that and other. We don't want to hear this BS. Like he might as well say whatever she's talking about, we don't care. Whatever she's talking about, we don't care. We're just going to let her finish rambling, just saying whatever the hell she wants to say. She sounds stupid. Like he is not interested in the truth whatsoever. Who is this? Is that Jake Tapper? That's not Jake Tapper. I want y'all to hear this one more time.
There to the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, continuing on what has now been a multi-day effort, not only with public statements like this, but release of documents to attempt to back up the quite extreme allegation that
to attempt to try and back up the extreme allegations. Like if this was about Trump, they wouldn't say this. Just okay, let's just be fair here.
President Obama is guilty of treason and that he worked in some sort of conspiracy with Hillary Clinton, etc. in the assessment.
That he worked in some sort of conspiracy with Hillary Clinton, etc. What? We don't need no ellipses in the middle of you talking, bro. If you have nothing substantive to say, shut the hell up. Period. That he worked with Hillary Clinton for some extreme, etc., whatever, blah, blah, blah. He might as well say blah, blah, blah. Like she's up there talking about this whole situation with Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, blah, blah, blah. Come on, bro.
Assessment by the intelligence community at the time that Russia interfered in the 2016
Multiple
election.
Intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the U.S. election. On December 5th of 2016, the FBI and ODNI gave the House Intelligence Committee its first post-election classified briefing, in which there was no mention of Putin aspiring to elect Trump by either agency. The Presidential Daily Brief, drafted on December 8th of 2016, stated that no Russian or criminal actors impacted vote counts. This document was pulled just hours before it was to be published due to quote-unquote new guidance. If it had been published, it would have been briefed to both President Obama and President-elect Donald Trump. On December 9th, 2016, a National Security Council meeting was called to gather President Obama's senior national security officials, which included CIA Director Brennan, then Obama DNI James Clapper, Susan Rice, and others. Following that secret meeting, DNI Clapper's assistant sent an email to the intelligence community with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling, tasking ODNI leaders to create a new assessment per the president's request. The House Intelligence Committee Oversight Report that we released today reveals that, quote, unlike routine intelligence community analysis, the intelligence community assessment was a high-profile product ordered by the president, President Obama. It directed senior intelligence community agency heads and created an intelligence community assessment limited to just 5 analysts using one principal drafter. This is not something that occurs in the normal path of producing an intelligence community assessment that reflects the views across the intelligence community.
All right, so shout out to the Silver Fox, Tulsi Gabbard. I'm gonna let y'all know something. Tulsi Gabbard is kind of sexy. Tulsi Gabbard kind of sexy. Like she's a fox. I got whisper this part because, you know, my wife she's a Democrat to the core. She got the Michelle Obama books and everything inside of her office. then when she hear me talking about Trump positively, you talking about all the smoke. All the smoke. So now when I talk about this lady right here, who's about her business, and I just so happen to find her attractive too, shit. Tulsi Gabbard is nice. Haven't seen her back pockets yet, but based off what I see, she's nice. And she's an American hero. Right? And we give all credence. She's not only talking to Sugar Honey Iced Tea, she's been out there in the field. She's familiar with hand-to-hand combat. She can shoot. She can lead. She's a soldier. And now she's playing her part. She's doing exactly what she said she would do if she became part of Trump's team. I got nothing but respect for her. Regardless of her, whether she's ugly or cute. She just so happened to be cute. And I'm a fan of hers. I didn't think that she would rock out the way she's doing. I thought that she would be, you know what I mean, just another, when they putting these super teams together, and you're expecting grandiose activity from them, something that's really going to show us that Trump put together the correct team, I didn't expect much from her, to be honest with you. I mean, when I saw her whoop Kamala's ass in the debate back when Kamala was trying to run for president, well, I don't know what she was running for. I think she was running as a candidate for president. And Tulsi Gabbard gave her the business. The business. It was a perfect ass whipping. Belt to ass. Hashtag belt to ass. It was dope. It was fire. All of that. If you can think of another adjective that runs parallel with those, that's a synonym of those, feel free to place yours there. But that's when I first started watching Tulsi, and I'm like, yo, she's about her business. And I believe she was a Democrat at the time. That's another thing. I believe she was a Democrat at the time, if I'm not mistaken. If she wasn't a Democrat, she was something on that line, right? A progressive, libertarian. She was something, but she wasn't conservative. She wasn't a Republican. But now she's doing the real work, and she's making the untouchables touchable. And that's the part that I really respect about her. And she's not doing it with speculation. She's doing it with actual research. She's doing it with actual hands-on information that we can take that paperwork, even with all the didactic parts out of it, and we can read something substantive that backs up everything that she's saying. Everything. And they hate that. And since they hate it so much, I love it. I think it's dope. Tulsi Gabbard, you earned my respect for real. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm waiting for Pam Bondi to do the same. Wheezy. Shout out to Wheezy again, pulling up with the super chizat. Last one. I forgot to tell you about Stephen Colbert's brother being my 7th grade teacher. Whoa, okay. And the mess he tried to teach us. It was wild. Almost got in big trouble for walking out of class so much. Get out of here. Stephen Colbert's little brother or big brother. His brother was your 7th grade teacher. He got you early. He was trying to frame your brain to think what he wanted you to think. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do want to hear those stories. Hopefully I hear them on your YouTube channel. Wheezy, Unfiltered. I want to hear unfiltered breakdowns of everything that happened back in the day when Mr. Colbert was your 7th grade teacher. I remember a lot of when I was in the 7th grade. Yeah. I used to be in English and humanity classes. You know, the classes for the smart people. Yeah, I used to be in some of the smart classes, man, believe it or not. I mean, I was a little knucklehead. I got in trouble a lot. I got suspended a lot for many things. It was for just me being young and angry. That's it. Me being young and angry. And but Miss Carol, shout out to Miss Carol, Miss Range. I had Miss Carol for homeroom, for English, and for humanities. And it was dope. It was fire. As a matter of fact, I had her for 3 years. I had her for seventh, for the eighth, and for the ninth. And each year we moved up in things that we study, obviously. But it was dope. Yeah. So I was in English and humanities. I was one of the smart kids in school, even though I was half-ass trying, because school was just boring to me. But shout out to you for having Mr. Colbert as your teacher and standing up against all the BS that he tried to teach you. He tried to mold you, young lady. He tried to, at least he was no perv. Like, I'm thankful for that. I'm so thankful for that. All right. So, this, I swear to goodness, man. I swear to goodness. Look, okay. So I came across this video right here of Miss Drunk Kamala. And this is another person that you just don't say anything negative about. Like, if you're black, don't say anything negative about her. Leave her alone. She's a sister going through it. Leave her alone. She's a sister. You know what I mean? Leave the sisters alone, brother. You want the black people to win? Then leave the sisters alone, brother. Nah, I'm messing with her. She ain't no damn sister either. She played her role just to get the job. She knew that Biden was going to be bullied into picking a black woman, and she was in the right place at the right damn time, and she played her role very well. What was her role? Sit in the back, be black, and be quiet. That's it. Sit in the back, be black, and be quiet. Or sit in the back, be quiet, and be black. However you want to put it, it don't matter. Those were her three roles. Don't do any work. Go to meetings. And when we have to talk about women issues and black people issues, we would defer to you. And you just sit there and nod and wave and agree to whatever they say. That's your job. You don't have to learn the job. Okay, let's give you a duty. You can be the border czar, but you never have to visit the border. You don't even have to know anything about the damn border, okay? That's your job, okay? You can just go places and speak about what it's like to be a woman. You know what I mean? That's it. That's not that that's a lot. Not that's a little bit. I'm not trying to attack women. That's it. I'm not trying to say that, but that's what they hired her for. To manipulate the minds of people who just vote with their eyes and not the damn common sense. That's it. That was her job, her one and only job. And then they tried to get her across the finish line to be the front runner, the person to run the whole country. Are you out your cotton picking mind, bro? You out your cotton picking mind, bro. You can kiss my whole black hind parts with that one. Y'all seen this right here. Watch how inebriated she sounds when she's answering questions. This is nuts. And she was almost the president. She got 70. Bro, they're saying that she got 74 million votes. How many of y'all believe that inside the chat? Please let me know with a thumbs up if you believe that she actually got 74, 76 million votes, whatever the case may be. If you guys did not show up, if the MAGA movement wasn't what it was for the last 4 years, bro, I don't know. I still am shocked that Trump was able to pull it off. I'm still shocked. I'm so serious. I'm so serious because they tried everything they possibly could to stop this dude from winning. They even tried to put someone who clearly was not ready for the job, simply met the description. They met the description. And they tried to push them across the finish line. It's like, okay, we need you to keep the gay agenda going. We need for you to keep the blacks on our side. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's easy to do. Can you do it? And Barack Obama was like, I don't even think she could do it. We probably need to go ahead and get somebody up in here. We need the primary. We need to vote for somebody who can actually do this because I don't think she can do it. I've had conversations with her and she's not the smartest. She's not the sharpest one in the, I mean, seriously, she's not the sharpest pencil in daggone. I mean, Barack Obama did not want her. The leader of the Democratic Party, George Clooney, didn't want her. Listen to how foolish that sounds. Oh my gracious. The leader of the Democratic National Convention, George Clooney, did not want her. And it sounds like I'm joking, but who was the leader of the Democratic National Convention? And you're going to say Nancy Pelosi. But it turns out what George Clooney wanted, George Clooney got. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to stop beating that drum. Maurice, sit in the back, play black, and be quiet. You know what? I'm upset for even saying that now because it don't sound right. But that's actually all she had to do. That's actually all she had to do. And she couldn't even do that right. She started to try to put a little flavor in her speeches. You better thank a union member. You better make your greens in the bath water. I cleans my greens in the bathtub. Every black woman do that, huh? She tried to really bring her blackness out. I was an AKA. I was Alpha Kappa Alpha. Ski-wee. And I only know that because my daughter pledged AKA when she was in college. And, you know what I mean? She ended up walking away from AKA because those AKA, just so you know, when it comes to sororities and HBCUs, the Divine Nine, AKA are for the girls who are pretty and rich. That's it. That's it. They're for the girls who are pretty and rich. And she was able to get into Howard University in front of all of the black people. Why? Because she's Indian and Jamaican. She's a different kind of minority. She got in on DEI status. She also got into the presidency, the vice presidency on DEI status. But if you're black, you can't say that. So if you're a content creator and you just so happen to be, you have some melanin, a lot of melanin like myself, you can potentially be ousted from your own group of people if you speak the truth about the black people that they try to put in front of us to tell us what to do and how to move. All right, so check this out right here. Here's your girl.
Let's back up and realize what happened. A historic adversary, Russia, trying to figure out how can I take away some of the strength of that place called the United States of America. Well, one of the strengths that they've got, and it's intangible almost, you can't really touch it, but it's strong. When they walk in the room, it's their strength, is that they are a democracy. Imperfect though we may be, right? Flawed though we may be, it's part of our strength. How can we nip at that? Well, one of the greatest pillars of a democracy, especially ours, free and open elections. We are very proud of the fact we've not had any revolutions in recent history. It is through a peaceful transition of power through elections. Our election system, imperfect and flawed though it may be. So they decide to go with that. Well, let's get the American people going at each other to create division and a lack of confidence in this process. And they test out a bunch of subjects. And interestingly enough, the subject that gained the most amount of heat was race. And they had people going at each other. This is all in the, you read the reports and you will see that this is what happened. So, but the fact is Russia interfered.
The fuck are you talking about? When I listen to her talk, man, I'm like, I can't see how any man's dingling could ever get hard for her. Like, that blows my mind. I'm like, how is any man turned on for her? Maybe that explains why when Doug met Dr. Jill Biden, he was excited for some strange reason. He decided to cuff her butt cheeks and they exchanged tongue juice for a minute. And I believe it's because of sexual frustration. I don't know how any man could be aroused by Kamala Harris. I'm keeping it a buck. I don't know if I would be more aroused by Kamala or Hillary Clinton. Which one of them they are like the opposite of Viagra, the opposite of Cialis, the opposite of Red Bull coffee, the opposite of Bang Bang tea. I'm just saying, I'm listening to her speak and I'm like, yo, this is the one that they really tried to. Could you imagine sitting down with her in the privacy of like y'all living room, watching Netflix, sipping on wine? And you thinking it's almost go time. And you listening to her and you looking across the room at her and you just like, she is the type of person that if someone does get aroused and follows through with the deed, it's one of those take one for the team type of situations. Like, I'm about to take one for the team. I'm sorry. Oh my gracious. I don't know why that was a thought of mine. Lord, I apologize. Forgive me, Jesus, for having that thought. But that was my thought. It was my real thought when I was listening to her speak. How can any man be aroused by her? And for that same matter, how can any woman? Because she was super excited to host LGBTQ plus events at her home. I think she had like 2 major LGBTQ parties at her home while she was the vice president. I believe so. She really tried to blend in with the whole African diaspora, with the dancing and the cooking greens and the changing up her speech. You better thank a union member. You better. She tried to get all country with it, all flower with it, all expressive with her tone and her words and everything. But come on. I want to talk to Doug. I want to have a conversation with Doug. Like, bro, what are you using? Tell me the truth. Come on. What are you using? I mean, do you have a Viagra IV, that you have to pop into the veins when it's happy time with your wife? I mean, okay, you know what? I don't even want to have that conversation. I'm just thankful that we dodged this bullet right here. I'm thankful that we dodged the bullet right here. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Same way, like, I don't see Barack being aroused by Michelle, and I don't see Michelle being aroused by Barack. Like, when they talk about him potentially being in relationships with men, I'm like, nah, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way in the world. Like on South Park last night. I don't know if y'all saw it. On South Park last night, I thought it was absolutely insane. It was hilarious. A lot of people would think, okay, South Park tried to attack Trump and they tried to put him in the bed with Satan and they tried to say that he had a small ding-a-ling and they tried to say that whenever people want to protest against him, he sued them for billions of dollars and everything. Okay, South Park went ham on Trump. They did exactly what the liberals wanted to see. But they also went ham on the left. It was like people are out here protesting and they look like a bunch of F words that rhyme with maggot. The protesters out here sound like a bunch of F words. So they was throwing punches on everybody. Just in case you didn't know, I am a fan of old school comedy where it was equal opportunity to pick on anybody of any form. I don't care if you're black, white, if you're handicapped, if you're slow, if you're blind, if you're mute. Comedians made fun of everybody. Why? Because laughing is how we cleanse our soul. It's how we become one with one another. That's why we can all go sit down at a comedy show. And no matter what they talk about, we're going to have a good time. Unless if you get butt hurt and you want to leave and you don't want to listen to this comedian because he's just unfair. Yeah, you have your bias, extremely woke, so to speak, the way that you guys say woke. Extremely woke comedians that only want to throw jabs at one side. But then you have people like Shane Gillis, you know, the gentleman that was just now at some award show where they let him do be the MC, and he started throwing jabs at everybody. And they liked some and they didn't like some. And I was cool with it all. As a matter of fact, I tried to play some of it in one of my live streams. And immediately after my live stream, they said, your live stream cannot be monetized because you have this on there. You have this, Shane. And it was only like 30 seconds, 45 seconds at the most. But I'm not one of them type of people that get butthurt over comedians. Even if you're going out to somebody, you're talking about something that I hold near and dear. We're here to laugh. We're here to have a good time. Simple and plain. And there's a lot of people who've seen last night's South Park. Well, they haven't seen it. They didn't see the whole thing. They're just seeing little clips going around, floating around Twitter right now, floating around X. And they are getting so super butthurt. Let me tell you something. If you are a conservative, a Republican, you're MAGA, and you're getting butthurt by some of the things that South Park did on their show, you're weak. You're weak. I just have to say that you're weak. Grow a pair. Even if you're a woman, grow a pair. The pair don't have to be gonads. You don't have to be a trans man or nothing like that. I'm just saying. Stop being so damn sensitive. Learn how to laugh at yourself. Learn how to laugh at everyone and everything. Why? Because if we stress ourselves out over what's happening in this world, it's going to shorten our lives each time we're in a funk. Each time we choose to spend that time sulking and being pissed off about the mundane, about the little sugar honey iced tea that happens in this world. Laugh. Have a good time. And while Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are being escorted into these prisons or being escorted into these courtrooms, laugh your ass off. Get you some popcorn, some goobers, Raisinets, gummy bears, whatever you want to get, and enjoy the show because it's their turn. Also, continue to hold this administration accountable because this is all still somewhat of a distraction from something bigger that we're not focusing on. Not saying that the administration aren't doing their job. I'm just saying There's a whole poop ton of things that we were discussing just last month that we aren't discussing today. And that's for a reason. That's by design. That's by design. Y'all know that's the case, right? I know y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Thank y'all so much for pulling up, man. We're not done. We're not nearly done. Today is Thursday. We getting it in. And welcome to the Morning Vantage, episode number 68, everybody. You all have been answering the poll. Let's see, 52% of you said, simply put, if they're guilty, they're guilty. That's why it's important to me on the poll. And 46% of you said, no one is above the law. So you guys are answering this poll. But the rules are hit the like button on the live stream first and then answer the poll. So when I go look at these likes, I want to see the likes far surpassing the votes inside of the poll. All right. Thank you again, guys, for pulling up. Yeah, she wouldn't get my dingling hard at all. Okay. Okay, I said that wrong because she's not supposed to. I'm a married man. All right. Kamala Harris is not supposed to get my dingling to even move at all, not to jump, not do nothing. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't be talking about my dingling when it comes to Kamala Harris. That's the last time I'm going to say Kamala Harris and dingling in the same sentence. Done. Finite. JJ said he think I'm lying about it. No, I'm not lying about it. I'm not lying about no daggone. Hold on 1 second. You see, she said I'm secretly in love with Kamala. Well, first of all, that's racist. God is good, man. Let's move on to our next story. All right, so now we got Kamala. I mean, we got the Obamas who are pissed off and frustrated about what's coming. We got Hillary Clinton damn near passing out. Don't know what that's all about. Everybody was saying she finally got arrested. They were saying she finally got arrested. She has on handcuffs and all this other stuff. And I'm trying to see, I'm looking and I'm like, does she have on handcuffs? Like, is that really happening? I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna show y'all for yourself so you can see. So Hillary Clinton, she, allegedly, apparently, while she was being escorted and into her vehicle, she fainted. And here's the video right here. Some people were saying it's because she's now found out that she's going to be arrested for her crimes. Y'all check this out. Oh, dang it. I'm running my daggone mouth and I am still muted. Okay. All right, Van. Get it together. All right. Okay. All right. So, later, Queen B. All right. So check this out. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Was it Queen B gone? Oh, it's Angel. Later, sweet Angel. I'm going to get you some work done. All right. So apparently she was weak at the knees. Somebody was holding her this entire time. And look at her. As soon as they pull up and open up the van, her knees buckle. And it looked like she's going down. So, yeah, this right here was circulating the internet yesterday. I didn't know what to think of it. they were saying the day Hillary collapsed wasn't about dehydration. So they were saying that this ties into, so this wasn't yesterday. They were saying that this was the 9/11 memorial when she staggered to her thing, and they was just trying to say that she was always on medication, that she was always in need of some type of tranquilizer, that she needed more help to stand up than Trump, than Hillary, than Biden, than all of them. She was always in a failed state. So that's why they were bringing it up. And they were saying that the documentation of Putin and the gang, they already had all of this information on her. They were saying this back in 2016, that they had all of this information and they decided not to put it out because they didn't want her to look bad. But they just so happened to be on Trump's side, but they were still protecting Hillary Clinton. So apparently all this, yeah. Hey, Shani, I'm picking up what y'all putting down. Yeah, I'm picking up what y'all putting down. And they're saying that she would do a little silly stuff and all that. I don't know what she's doing in this video right here, where she's jerking her head and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't know if she's sick. I don't know if that's just part of her personality. To be honest with you, I don't even got daggone care. I just know that this video was circulating yesterday, and people were saying that this was her being arrested and all this other stuff. And obviously I didn't care enough to look too much into it. But I wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was just goofy, man. I thought it was goofy. And what I want to see is her being escorted into a courtroom. And not necessarily with handcuffs, but to be questioned, where she has to answer the questions, where she cannot plead the fifth. Damn that Fifth Amendment stuff. I don't want them pleading the fifth. Like, don't plead the fifth. I want them answering for every single thing that they are to be held accountable for. That's just me. Because right now, the Clintons are all over like everything that has to do with Epstein. Everything. As a matter of fact, they co-start like a foundation, the Clinton Foundation. Epstein was on that. He was one of the founders of the Clinton Foundation. So there's a whole bunch that goes along with that. But another thing is, one of the Obama appointed judges just now put the kibosh on releasing the Epstein files. Not the Epstein files, but the transcripts from the jury transcripts. And she said, no, we're not going to release them. Those type of things seem shady. They seem shady. So Trump wants them to be released so that everything could be out there. But they're saying no. But then CNN are saying it's Trump that don't want the information out there because he's all over it. That don't sound right at all. He's telling them to release it. He wants them to put the information out there. For anybody that's guilty of something, saying, no, I want you to put the information, put all of the information. Don't skip anything. Like, let's go over it together. I will meet you all at court so that we can read these together. Like, if I'm responsible, hold me responsible. But everybody else that's on the list, I want you to hold them responsible too. Can you do that? They don't want to do that. That's called being too fair. And they want things to sway in their direction rather than Quincy, I believe that he does. Like, I honestly believe that he does want him released. I mean, Quincy, I might be wrong, but I think he wants them released. For real. Maybe I'm naive. I think I might be a little bit. Poquito. I might be a little bit naive, but that's just how I feel about it, to be honest with you. All right, so now we have this gentleman right here, who is, hold on one second. I thought I posted it under here. Matter of fact, where did I post it? Did I post it under here? Okay, all right. Did I post it under here? I thought I did. Where in the world, man? Where is it? I thought I posted it under here, man. Where in the world is it? Okay. All right, so I want y'all to see this right here. I shared this with myself so I can share it. Apparently, This young lady has something to say. All right. She says that the Democrats, she said to the Democrats that Trump is not your enemy. She said that the entire Democratic Party and this establishment of the Democratic Party is your enemy. And a lot of people, a lot of black people don't know that, don't believe that. They believe that they're our help, that they are our partners, that they fight for us, that they represent us, that they know what's best for us. And none of that is the truth. Y'all check this out right here. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Don't forget, hit the like button and answer the poll for me. That would be greatly appreciated.
Democrats, Trump is not your enemy. You know who your enemy is? The whole entire Democratic Party and its establishment. They are your enemy. If anything, Trump is your ally. Trump is your ally, and he is an ally for all Americans. He does not discriminate against anybody's political affiliation, and I think you should know that by now. Trump is there for the people. And instead of having all this energy, spewing a lot of hate and vitriol against Trump, you need to have that energy directed at holding all Democratic politicians accountable for their actions. If this latest stint of Colin Van Hollen hasn't proven to you that the Democratic Party just does not give a F about you as Democratic constituents, I don't know what else to tell you. It's time for you guys to wake up. You guys need to probably reassess and really do a self-introspection and figure out who you guys need to be loyal to and where your loyalties lie. It's all well and good that you are trying to hold on to a party because out of sense of obligation and loyalty, but when you have a party that is not loyal to its followers or supporters, that's the time where you need to just abandon ship. And right now, the Democratic Party is a sinking ship. It's going down. And at the rate things are going, there's no viable or any powerful candidate that anybody can even hold to say that that person can represent the Democratic Party and hold it strong. There's nobody, no candidate as of now. And
not one.
Unless somebody comes out in emergence and say, hey, that this person is stepping up to represent the Democrat, it's not happening. But stop directing your energies at hating Trump. He is not your enemy. The Democratic Party is. It's time for you guys to wake up. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I love how she said that with love and compassion. She didn't say that with any hate or vigor on her heart. She didn't have to get aggressive. She didn't have to be masculine or anything. She was just simply saying, with the beautiful music playing in the background, that Trump is not your enemy. The people that we've been voting into office for the longest, they are. And if you want to go back and look at history, because that's something that the Democrats claim that they love to talk about, the history of this country, the history, racism, white supremacy, slavery, all that other stuff. You go way back then and try to figure out who was on our side, who was on our side the most. It was not the Democrats. It was not the Democrats. The way that they combat that conversation or that reasoning, they will say that there was a party switch. Come on. It's every single time you prove something to these individuals, they try to move the goalposts. We need to stop allowing people to move the goalposts. Let's have the conversation. Who's looking out for our best interests right now as American citizens? Let's start there. As American citizens. We'll talk about black and white later. Because to be honest with you, what Kamala Harris said was absolutely correct. They will use race to divide us. But I want y'all to understand something. Kamala was telling us exactly what they themselves do and believe, what they intentionally put out there in the airwaves, how they intentionally guide our votes and the way we think through propaganda. The same way Barack Obama got out there and told us how to disrupt the entire system. Like you want to put a lie out there and you want to feed that lie. And you want to make sure that the person that you're talking about goes under from the lie itself. You don't even have to find any proof. You just put the lie out there. He was telling us how the Democrats operate. Same thing Kamala was saying. They like to divide us by race. They like to always put race out there because they know that contention will be afoot and that we will start hating each other and be more aggressive. She's telling us their game plan. This is what they do. Who talks about race the most? Who brings up race the most? Even when we're picking cabinet members. Who talks about we're going to make sure we put a black man in this seat? We're going to make sure we have a black woman and black representation in this chair. We're going to make sure that black people are acknowledged in black and black and black and black and black. Like everything is, everything's race. So what this young lady is saying is absolutely the truth. Once you look beyond all of the lies and the propaganda and their own agenda, you will see the truth. You will start to acknowledge that, you know what? We've been rooting for the wrong team this entire time. This entire time. We've been so dependent on the government, wanting them to take care of everything, including but not limited to managing our finances. We want them to pay us and dictate whether or not a man could be in our home. Then when our children go astray in certain communities, we want to blame men. We want to blame black men. We want to blame racism and white supremacy. We want to blame everything but ourselves. Not acknowledging that we had to take a step in order to make this relationship happen. We had to ask for their services. We had to sign on the dotted line. And then we had to tell whoever helped us make these babies that you can't come around if I want to continue to receive these checks and this support. We made that decision. The same way we like to blame the federal government for destroying our communities with crack, cocaine. No, we don't have access to cocaine. We don't have access to planes. We can't go to Colombia and bring over a whole slew of cocaine and start selling it to our communities. But we can have greedy individuals who don't give a damn about the community, willing to risk their lives to go over to these foreign lands, bring over drugs, cook them up the way that Hunter Biden said cook them up. You know, when he gave us a TED talk on how to cook crack. Cook it up, get out there, sell it to our people, provide it to everybody outside that want to make some money, and tell them that this is how we're going to do it with this drug right here. We're going to get out there and we're going to be street pharmacists for our mothers, our fathers, our uncles, our aunts, our sisters, our brothers, our cousins, strangers. It don't matter. Whoever want it, we will F up their life by selling them this drug that we created here. This is our ingredients. This is our recipe. This is our blood, sweat, and tears that we're out here. So, if anything, we have someone that want there to be law and order. We have someone that want us to come together as a country. And guess what? Racism ain't going nowhere. It's not. So let's not hyper focus on it. If you're going to do anything to try to help out your race, help out the people that you care about the most, how about doing things the right way? How about jumping out there and starting a business? How about going out there, starting a nonprofit? How about being more hands-on in your communities? How about holding people accountable for the way that they treat women? How about holding these rappers accountable for trying to guide our young men into a life of crime when most of them aren't even in a life of crime? They're telling fantasies. They're making up stories to a beat, but they got us out there wanting to be like them, wanting to live up to their expectations, feeling like if we get shot, then that's a metal badge on our jacket. That right there makes us look good. If we're out there having sex with multiple women and have multiple baby mothers, then we're doing better than the average dude who can't get bees, female dogs. If we're going to continue to approve of and encourage and inspire all of this disrespect, then we're doing ourselves a disservice. So why is it that the party that stands against it, that the party that stands for decency, so to speak, the party that stands for the nuclear family, how come we're going up against them at every turn? The party that's saying, yo, we don't care what you do with your lives. If you're LGBTQAI+, that's fine. Do your thing. Just leave the kids out of it. Leave the babies alone. Do your thing as adults, but leave the babies alone. Leave them out of this. And for everybody that considers themselves to be a new woman because you decided that's who you are, because of mental dysphoria or whatever the case may be, stay out of women's sports and women's locker rooms and women's bathrooms and women's everything. Get your own lane. Why do you always have to disrupt what's natural? What is this about? And how come these pedos are being protected at each turn? That's what the conservatives stand. They are really trying to just correct what's wrong. We're trying to do what's godly. Like, it was a no-brainer for me to say, you know what? It's 2024. I'm voting conservative this time. I don't care, man. That's just where I am. What they say the definition of insanity is, I know it's not the definition, but it's mostly what we go around regurgitating, acting as if like this is the actual definition, but it makes sense if you just couldn't bring it down to a one-liner. What they say insanity is doing the same thing, expecting for something different to happen, expecting for a better result when you're doing the exact same bullshit, sugar, honey, iced tea you've been doing. Well, I'm 47 years old. I raised my children to be a certain type of way, and it actually worked. At a very young age, me and my wife, who did not have our mothers and fathers in the homes, where her mom was on drugs and my father was on drugs, my mother was not there. Her father wasn't there in the house at all. But we still had a family, and we decided to instill values, integrity, real character, hard work, education, love, biblical, biblical structure, the importance of having a relationship with God. We did that on purpose because we knew that we're not going to always be around for them. And they have their own lives to live. And they could potentially have their own families. And if that's the case, we want them to have the foundation that they deserve to have. This is our jobs as adults, to lead these children so that they can be prepared to do it all over again when it's their time. So, not acknowledging the wrongdoings of our youth simply because we can come up with all of these different excuses as to why they are victims, as to why they aren't performing on the level that they're supposed to perform on. You can tell somebody that these youngins in underserved communities, in Black communities, why in the hell are they reading on a 4th grade level? And they will say it's because of racism and white supremacy. It's because of the way this racist country give all of the resources to white institutions, to white schools, to white neighborhoods, to white. When you give somebody a whole huge helping of excuses, they're not going to do anything with their lives. That's why you will never see a physical trainer telling somebody, you know what, you don't have to keep up with me today. You don't have to do any of these exercises, because it's because of racism and white supremacy that you're in the situation you're in right now. Because the white man put all of the unhealthy foods in the Black community. We already know that. It's the white man that put all of these unhealthy ingredients in our foods. So, no, you don't have to work out today. Eat whatever you want. Drink whatever you want. You're going to be fine. It's the government that needs to fix this, not you. Please make that make sense. How in the hell are we sending kids to college for not only for the experience, but for a college education, for a degree, when they aren't even ready to think past an 8th grade curriculum? Not only that, but we want to push the issue. We want to say that they should be able to go to college for free simply because they are underserved, underprivileged, they are black, and they're victims of slavery. And now they're saying, how come Trump won't put any black people on his cabinet? It's because he's racist. How come Trump want to take all of the opportunities from the black people? Because he's racist. What opportunities has he taken from black people specifically? It's because they tie themselves to that DEI label. Everything has to be diverse. They want diversity, equity, and inclusion in everything. We want to be included. We want there to be fair equity. We want things to be diverse. We want there to be white people, but we want there to be black people and brown people and yellow people. And there has to be every type of person represented. No, the hell it doesn't. I've never heard a company say in order for this company to do well, we got to have a rainbow of individuals. That's not the case at all. That doesn't define what a company is. We have countries where everybody look exactly the same and they all call themselves Korean or they all call themselves Chinese, and they have very productive and successful corporations and companies, and they did not need diversity, equity, nor inclusion to do that. But when it comes to the United States of America, we need for anything to be successful, it has to have white people, black people, yellow people, red people, orange people, green people, purple people. It's stupid as hell. Like, why do we have such immature mofos trying to guide our nation? They're stupid. It's dumb. They're trying to guide us with emotions. And here you have somebody that's a man trying to guide with a strong fist, with structure. Somebody that's about their business. And we like, I don't want to do nothing. We don't want to do anything. We think we're above it. We're used to being pampered. We're some spoiled Americans. We're entitled Americans. We're extremely arrogant people because we always think that things should go our way or no way at all. And it's ridiculous. I completely stand against it. There's nobody out there who has well-balanced children who just let them do whatever the hell they want to do. And their lives are guided by their emotions. And whenever they get in trouble, we come to their aid and say that they didn't do it, and we want to bail them out, and they not have to learn off. They don't have to have any consequences or repercussions for their actions. We always back them up, no matter what. That's foolish. That's not how you raise a society at all. The dependency syndrome has been programmed for decades. 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. Feelings and emotions never paid a bill. Y'all preaching better than, listen, y'all preaching better than me. If y'all don't have YouTube channels, y'all need to start some. The type of things that I see inside of my chat, y'all, these are conversations that you should be having on your own channels. And it's not about the clout. It's not about growing a following or any of that stuff. It's just simply putting your voice out there because your voice is necessary. Your experiences are necessary. They're worth speaking on. There's many people out there that will agree with you the same way there's many people out there that would disagree with you. But your point of view is important. What y'all are saying in the chat, y'all cooking. Y'all are cooking. I can talk about this daggone topic ad nauseum, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna leave it be. I'm gonna leave it be. For real. What else have I gotten together to show you guys? Hold on one second. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Let me see what y'all are saying. Y'all wouldn't understand my Trini talk. Yes, we would understand your Trini talk. We're very spoiled. I appreciate you too, Anaka. If I'm saying your name right. Yeah. Y'all be cooking though. Y'all be cooking. And I want y'all to go ahead and start them YouTube channels and everything. And here's the thing. And I'm not trying to be mean at all. I'm not trying to be mean. But your sexual preference that's your own private business. Your private business, that's your sexual preference. It's cool. Do your thing. But when your mom had you, when your mom birthed you, and you were a beautiful little girl, she was ready to love on you, and she did love on you, and she showed you the support that you needed. How did you repay her when you was a beautiful little girl? You repaid her by being this. This is what you repaid her by being. This is how you repaid your mama for loving on you and doing your hair, making sure you were pretty before you left, making sure you believed in yourself, making sure you knew that you were funny and that you knew that you had superpowers. This is what you decided to grow up to be. This is how people grow up when they hate themselves. You betrayed your mama. You betrayed your mama. How in the hell your mama birthed you and everybody's coming over, your aunts, your uncles? Oh, let me see, baby girl. Hey, Ellen. Hey, Ellen. Oh, yes, you are beautiful. Yes, you are cute. She's such a cutie pie. Look at, she's so pretty. Yes, she's so pretty. And this is what you grow up into be? You grow up to be a dang going Mormon-looking man? Worth hundreds of millions of dollars? And this is how you take care of yourself? At this point, Ellen, just go ahead and tell people you are a trans man. Like, just look, you earned it. You earned it. 1,000% she earned it. %1,000% right here. This right here is nope. Nope. Not at all. This is what she became after her mom had a beautiful little girl. Wow. Ellen, oh my gosh. I thought Ellen was cute at one point in her life. At one point in her life, Ellen was cute. She used to dance to all the music. You know what I mean? She used to want to be a part of all of the, whatever culture she wanted to have fun with. She used to have a good time. And then the DJ on her channel, who was also a break dancer, he was like a really great dancer. I think his name was Twitch or something like that, or Skitch or something. He ended up unaliving himself. She ended up being in some type of this is sad, bro. Twitch. His name was Twitch. Look at this. Ellen was a cover girl. Ellen was a model. Ellen, if you do not believe in yourself, if you don't believe that you are pretty enough to turn on that camera and start your YouTube channel, then you are insane. If you can look at Ellen's face and tell me that you aren't becoming enough to hit that record button and put some value out there in the world, then you really, truly don't believe in yourself. And that's okay. The Lord will help you. The Lord will help you. He will give you strength. You betray your mama. Y'all know I'm just being facetious, right? I'm just being facetious. That was a setup. That was a setup. I want y'all to see this right here. All right, so Fox News just now came out with something. They said 20 CIA and FBI agents have now confirmed Barack Obama worked with our old CIA director to create the fake Russian hoax and then locked it away in a CIA vault for almost a decade. If you guys have not seen this, this is the very first time that you're seeing it. Thank you so much for watching it with me, because we about to check it out together. Y'all hit that like button if you haven't already.
National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, releasing a bombshell report today that shows a conspiracy by a sitting president, Barack Obama, and his intel agencies to sabotage the president-elect, Donald Trump, brainwash the electorate, and undermine the legitimacy of an election.
There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't.
Gabbard got her hands on a House intel report that's been locked away in a CIA vault for almost a decade. Investigators spent over 2,000 hours looking into how the Russia hoax was born, interviewing 20 CIA and FBI officials. And it turns out that the Obama administration doctored the intelligence to make it look like Putin and Trump stole the election. A month after Trump beat Hillary, Barack Obama wasn't satisfied with his intelligence reporting and ordered his CIA director to create a new assessment of how Russia interfered with the election. This was a highly unusual move. John Brennan handpicked 5 CIA analysts to write the assessment, and they were siloed. None of them knew what the other was doing, and only one analyst was in charge of drafting this report. There was nothing routine about this, and it was a rush job to publish before Trump was sworn in. Nothing was coordinated with the other intelligence agencies either. Basically, this was home cooking for Barack Obama. There were 4 key elements from the assessment that were repeated over and over again and formed the basis of the Russia hoax and the Robert Mueller witch hunt. 1, that Vladimir Putin wanted Donald Trump to win. 2, Putin took action to help Trump win. 3, the Russians had blackmail on Trump. That was the Steele dossier. And 4, that the Russians tried colluding with the Trump campaign. None of any of this was ever true. There was no reliable intelligence to support any of these allegations. Senior CIA officials repeatedly refused to traffic in these allegations, but they were repeatedly overruled by CIA Director Brennan and FBI Director Comey, who insisted that they be pushed, even without verifiable evidence. The Obama administration cherry-picked the intelligence, lied about their sources, misquoted sources, didn't corroborate their claims, suppressed intelligence that ran counter to their narratives, and even used anonymous internet postings. Rank and file CIA admitted what they were doing violated their own tradecraft standards. There was a massive pressure campaign that came right from the top. CIA analysts say they received unusual directives from political appointees, the CIA director, and Obama himself. This is how the Russia hoax was born.
Donald Trump knows that the Russians helped him win in 2016.
Putin hated Secretary Clinton so much that the flip side of that coin was he had a clear preference for the person running against the person he hated so much.
It was Russia in a very systematic way tried to interfere in the election and to try to advance the prospects of Donald Trump being elected.
This was such a malicious disinformation campaign perpetrated on the American people that at one point, 60% of Democrats believed the Russians hacked our voting machines to help Trump win the White House. What this report actually shows is that the Russians just wanted to create chaos and undermine Americans' faith in democracy. Solid intelligence suggested that Vladimir Putin didn't care who won. He had no preference. But like most people, expected Hillary to win and had a little docket of compromising dirt on her, dirt that he never released. Now, if Putin wanted Trump to win, why didn't Putin drop the dirt?
That's where I am. If Putin wanted Trump to win, why didn't he drop all that information that they had on Hillary? They had a bunch. They could have very easily put it out there. Clearly, we are swayed by media. People thought that Hillary Clinton was going to be a shoo-in for the presidency in 2016 because of what the media was saying, of what all of the Hollywood elites were saying. They were laughing and joking and saying, if Trump wins, then I would then I owe you $2 million. If Trump wins, then I will move to another country. If Trump wins, blah, blah, blah. Trump's not going to win. He's not going to ever win. They was joking and clowning, and everyone expected for Hillary Clinton to wash him. And then she called all of you baskets of deplorables.
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers. Then CIA Director Brennan and the intelligence community mischaracterized intelligence and relied on dubious substandard sources to create a contrived false narrative that Putin developed a quote-unquote clear preference for Trump.
Now, if Clinton was on tranquilizers like the Russians believed, why didn't they leak it to help Trump win?
How credible was the information about Hillary Clinton's power?
All I have seen is what the Intelligence Committee have reported through their investigation. I think the underlying point there is that we understand from intelligence what Russia said that they had. And the important point here is that if they were trying to influence the election, as President Obama and James Clapper and John Brennan, everybody said they were doing in order to support Donald Trump's election, they would have released the most damning of that information.
Obama and his spy chiefs knew that Putin didn't prefer Trump over Hillary, but they cooked the intelligence to make it look like he did. Obama and his intel spies knew that Putin didn't collude with Trump and that he didn't even direct his people to help Trump win. But they put it out there anyway. In a sense, Barack Obama did exactly what Putin wanted.
Hey, what's going on, Conscious Moron? I see you, big dog. Shout out to Conscious Moron. He said MAGA loves to eat nothing burgers. Like, all of this is nothing. All of it is nothing. You know, I have a lot to say about that, but I'm not. I appreciate you pulling up, brother.
Undermined Americans' faith in free and fair elections and caused chaos in our country. Barack Obama, the CIA, and the FBI were the ones doing what our enemy wanted.
Do you believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former President Obama?
Correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
Even 2 years later, after the election, Barack Obama was still pushing a hoax he knew wasn't true. And he knew it wasn't true because he helped manufacture it.
They're undermining our alliances, cozying up to Russia. What happened to the Republican Party? They're cozying up to the former head of the KGB. Actively blocking legislation that would defend our elections from Russian attack. What happened?
Now, I don't know if it's possible to indict a former president for actions he took while in office. I'm not a lawyer, proudly. But Brennan, Comey, and others may have severe liability. Trey Gowdy says we know for a fact that Brennan committed perjury when he lied to Congress.
Director Brennan, do you know who commissioned the Steele dossier?
I don't.
Do you know if the Bureau ever relied on the Steele dossier as part of any court filings, applications?
I have no awareness.
Did the CIA rely on it?
No.
Why not?
Because we didn't. It wasn't part of the corpus of intelligence information that we had. It was not in any way used as a basis for the intelligence community assessment that was done. It was not.
No, that's a lie. Whatever happens to these guys is not revenge. It's accountability. And it's time for people to pay the price.
And that's where I sign off, because I agree 1000%. For everybody that answered the poll, here are the results. And hopefully you guys already hit the like button. It says, why is it important that Obama and Hillary are held accountable? 51% of you said, simply put, they're guilty. 47% of you said no one is above the law. And 2% of you said it's not important to me. Thank you so much for your honesty and for your participation. I greatly appreciate it. If you have not hit the like button already on this live stream, please do so. If you don't believe anything about what was reported in this live stream, please go out there and do your own due diligence, do your own research to debunk anything that came from this video or to confirm that what I said is actually the truth. Go to Grok and just ask, is this true? At Grok, is this true? Under any of my posts, because most of the things I report are from my own X page, So go ahead and confirm it for yourselves or get the opposite. All right, this is for any skeptics who are inside of my chat or anybody else that just want to confirm that what I'm saying is worth listening to, because I don't want to put out any lies. That's the last thing I want to do. I don't have an agenda. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if President Trump comes out of his presidency like sparkling, shiny, and looking like Jesus. I don't care about none of that. I don't care if the Conservative Party looks good. I don't care about that. Not my concern at all. I don't benefit from that one bit at all. I don't care if MAGA comes out looking amazing and smelling like roses, or if Obama and Hillary Clinton are embarrassed. That don't do anything for me either. I don't care about them being embarrassed. I don't care about their name being dragged in the, under the mud simply just to be for fun. Because this could potentially be something that we're being distracted. We've probably been distracted from something that's way more important. Way more important. But this is necessary too. Why? Because people do steal elections, and we should have conversations about it. The 2020 election, in my opinion, was stolen. I won't say that again because I might get in trouble for saying it, but I believe it was stolen. The 2024 election, I believe they tried, but they failed. They didn't have a strong enough candidate. If they had a strong enough candidate, they might have been able to pull it off. And now they're stuck in a position that we can't even think of someone to lead the Democratic Party. I can't think of one. Newsom is a front runner. He's a front runner. And he's the best they have. Because he ran a huge state before. Whether he ran it good or bad, he's the front runner. Nothing about them says that they put this country first. Nothing about them says that they put God first. Nothing about them says they put family first. That's just me, though. I could be all over the place. I'm biased based off of my own experiences and my own connection with God. So that's how I look at things. But again, I don't care about the superficial victories that can come from this whole topic. I care about people being held accountable. Why? Because I'm an American citizen, and if I did anything debaucherous, if I did anything to commit a crime, I will be held accountable. And these niggas ain't no different than me. They're not better than me. They're not better than you. They just represent higher office. That's it. That's it. None of them are kings. None of them are gods or goddesses. None of them are queens. It just is what it is. They are chosen to represent higher office, and that's it. They are not untouchable. But the fact that they move as if they are, they need to be touched. They're too damn arrogant, bro. They have no allegiance to us. And that's the reason why I cover these topics. Again, if you are a skeptic of anything that I report on or that I present, feel free to do your own due diligence. Bring that information to me, and I promise you I will report it. If you have anything of note worth reporting, I promise you I will report it on this channel. This is not about propaganda. I don't care what you go about your day thinking. I don't care about what you go about your day trying to spread or trying to share with other people as long as we're on. I don't want us to be on code. I don't want us to be an echo chamber. I want results. And if we're not going to get results from this, then what's the point of even having a conversation about it? That's the only reason why I'm back on that whole maybe Trump is correct and leaving these Epstein files alone, because it's nothing. Like my man Ron said, Khan's Ron, he said it's a nothing burger. I mean, I get that phrase, nothing burgers, but at the end of the day, I don't want any. I'm good. I'm good on that. I got goals. I got dreams. I got actual responsibilities. Have you seen Casey Push last video? You got to see it. Who is Casey Push? Let me see. Casey. Let me put it in here and see. Pause. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just now seeing this guy yeah, let me go to his channel because I don't see anything that's popping up that's I see pictures of his car. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any videos, bro. Unless you're talking about on YouTube or something. But yeah, I'm on X right now. I don't see any videos. Yeah. But I appreciate the super chat, brother. I appreciate the super chat. All right. So for all of my blues, thank you so much for manning the chat and making sure everybody communicate with one another respectfully. For everybody who answered the poll, thank you so much for your opinion and your participation. For everyone who watched this live stream from beginning to end, the biggest thanks for you all. I mean, because whether you submit a super chat, buy me a coffee, or join the coaching course or not, your time is far more valuable than anything I can ask for. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you for that. For everyone who did submit a super chat, thank you so much for going above and beyond. I appreciate that as well. And if you're considering getting into content creation, we have two things that I offer: group coaching and one-on-one coaching. Okay. If you're more interested in one-on-one coaching, reach out to me with the acronym VIP. And if not, you're considering group coaching where you can have community and we do great things together. Get the course, and then we're going to get you right into everything. All right. All right. But yeah, this was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you again for everything. And if you are going through something health-wise, if you're going through surgeries, if you're going through an illness right now, a disease that's uncurable, I pray that the Lord get you all situated and remove that illness from your body. I pray that you're able to live the life that you're supposed to live and that you fulfill your purpose, whatever your purpose may be. And if you guys don't know your purpose, feel free to steal this prayer that I got from a gentleman by the name of Myron Golden. If you haven't checked him out before, his name is Myron Golden, Golden. And he teaches business through biblical principles, where he actually discussed the Bible ad nauseum. I believe he knows the whole thing by heart. All right. And if you want to know your purpose, you simply say, "Dear Lord, bless me with the wisdom to see. Well, give me the wisdom to do the thing that you put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases you and serve the people you will have me to serve. Dear Lord, give me the wisdom to do the thing that you put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases you and serve the people you will have me to serve." All right. And you will get that understanding. And if you don't know when you're hearing the Lord's voice rather than hearing your own voice, because most times that's what we hear, our own voice that's talking us into and out of certain situations, even things that we're supposed to be doing, just ask the Lord for the gift of discernment to know his voice when he's speaking, to hear his voice clearly. And that way you can make your decisions based off of that and not just speculation. All right. But yeah. Dear Lord, give me the wisdom to do the thing you put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases you and serve the people you will have me to serve. And he will bless you. All right. Nate's memes. Have you seen? Okay, I already answered that one. Let me see. He is Casey the Car Guy on YouTube. Got to check it out. I would check it out. I would check him out. Casey the Car Guy. I will make sure I check him out. Also, and thank you so much, Nate's memes. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Dale Henriksen. They destroyed the evidence. All right. Well, they always destroy the evidence, but we're here. All right. This is all theater, political theater. And if you're expecting for the hammer to drop on somebody, lower your expectations. All right. Lower them. You're expecting to see Hillary Clinton get 20 years in prison? Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. We shall see. Or Barack Obama to get some years in prison or to be impeached. Come on now. He the first black president. Ain't happening. He's protected. But we'll see. All right. Thank you again, guys. I look forward to seeing the emails from you guys that want to be coached. And thanks again. Love you. Take care of yourselves. And when you walk past a mirror, make sure you say something nice. The world is dark enough. You don't have to be dark to yourself. Be polite. Love on your neighbors. And I'll see you next time. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week. And you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.